Hi Libra, welcome. This is Taurus Tarot, and I'm Joy, and we are doing a reading for the month of May for Libra. So, some things that were coming up was change for the better for sure, but change that also comes with a little bit of challenge. For me, though, I really believe that it is the best kind of change that emerges from challenge, and it is that challenge itself that really pushes us to make the change. Sometimes we tend to get really comfortable with life, and may sometimes ignore certain things that come up for us because we would much rather prefer to stay in that comfortable state. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you. Some change definitely coming up, and it is change through challenge, but that this is a really good thing. So we have here the Page of Cups, and I'm really understanding this as your desire to, I don't know, I just heard be in a relationship, and so I'm kind of feeling that as like a romantic sort of relationship. I suppose I do this for romantic because I think it's important to understand that there is so much more beyond a romantic relationship, that sometimes our ideas of love really are around an idea of romantic love, and this idea that it's not love unless like there's flowers and hearts and chocolates and sweet nothings whispered and those kinds of things, and that's not really love. Those are, things that, if you do them out of, your a pure desire to communicate a feeling to someone, then, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But if that is the base of what your relationship is, then it's not enough. It's really not enough. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the flowers and the hearts and the whispering sweet nothings and all those little things that we like to think of as like romantic gestures, those are all great, but those are like the details. That's like the icing on the cake. You still gotta have the cake. You still gotta have a relationship that is grounded in something much more secure than a feeling, right? Not necessarily much more secure, but much more substantial is the word I'm looking for. Much more substantial than just a feeling. Love is not just a feeling. Love is a practice. Love is self-love first, right? Before you can have love in a relationship. Love, you really have to understand and know what love means outside of a relationship in order to really bring it forth in a relationship. Yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. But I'm feeling like this is kind of what you're you're wanting and you're looking for. You may perhaps already have it, but it's not quite satisfying. You might actually have all of those little romantic details, but the substance is missing. Yeah, that substance, that core, that solidness, that when all else fails, you have that. That seems to kind of be missing. And this could be, like a romantic love relationship. It could even be a relationship with, siblings or friends or anything like that. You still always need that core, right? That substantial core that, what is your belief about what love is? Do you really know what love is? Do you know how to love yourself? And what does that mean to you to love yourself? Does it mean just like, going out to the gym and working on your body, or going to get your nails done? Is that self-love? No, man. It's something way deeper and way more substantial than that. And it's really up to you to discover what it is. And the truth is that you have no business being in a relationship that you call a loving relationship if you really don't even know what love is. Okay, you need to figure that out, and you will never ever be satisfied completely in a relationship until you find that same satisfaction in being in a relationship with yourself. Okay? And so for you, this really is going to require you to take a little journey outside of what you're used to. Leave the comfortableness behind and be willing to go in search of something deeper. Yeah? And the moon is out here today, and we also, not today, but in this card, there's the moon, and we also have the moon here. And so what we're really looking for is those dark spaces within the subconscious about your views of love. It's time to explore those spaces, right? Because you may have developed an idea of what love is based on early experiences, and so far what it's showing you is that it's not something that is satisfying to you. And so it's important for you to go within and take a look at what are those ideas that you have about love, and how are those ideas actually serving you to be able to engage in a deep relationship with somebody, a deep, meaningful, connected relationship with somebody, or not, right? And how do you need to change those frameworks around love, regarding love, so that you can move away from these more shallow ideas of love into something much more substantial. That's what these are really about, okay? And so here's the Queen of Pentacles. But when I was looking at this, I was also seeing the Nine of Pentacles, which is really about this like security in self and knowing of self, and this commitment to knowing self. And so I don't know, I was really feeling a Nine of Pentacles energy here, right? But in the sense of that independent, and almost like being alone for a little while, and being independent for a little while, and just being with yourself for a little while, having a relationship with yourself for a little while, and then evolving into this Queen of Pentacles, who is this, beautiful, nurturing, loving, grounded person with substance that that is grounded in this wholeness and this knowing of self. That this is what I'm feeling from the Queen of Pentacles. And this is what, when you bring this into a relationship, that is what you're going to get back as well. right? And so what you want really is this substance. And this card is really saying that that which you want is that which you need to be first. Okay? So embody this first, and then it will be matched and you'll bring it into you. And that is just the law of attraction, really. So overall, I think there is a search for you happening. You're looking for something deeper and more meaningful in your relationships. But first, you really have to explore self. You really have to explore self and find that which you are looking for in self first before you're going to be able to find it in anybody else, in any kind of connection that you have outside of self. Okay, and that is the basic law of attraction. If you don't know what the law of attraction is, please go take a look at it and see what it is. It is basically in some short words, it's your vibe attracts your tribe. Whatever is that energy that you are emitting, that wavelength that you are on, you're going to be matched up with those things that are on that same wavelength. Okay, and so in that way, when you raise your vibration, you are also attracting to you things and experiences of that same vibration. So if you are in a really low vibration, and or for example, if you are only know how to experience love through these shallow experience, these shallow definitions of what love is. For example, you do this for me, that's love. If you don't tell me you love me, or if you don't buy me flowers, then you must not love me, right? If that's where you're at, then that's what your experience is going to continue to be. But if you're able to, or if you want to, right? If you want to have a different experience, okay? Because let's leave the judgment out of it. Some people, that's what they want to experience, and that's okay, because that's their life, that's their choice right now. And but if you want to experience something deeper and more meaningful, you're going to have to really embody it within yourself before you can experience it outside of yourself. That's just the way it works. I don't think I can say it any simpler than that. But it's there for you. It really is. It's there for you. You just have to be open and willing to be open. Yeah. All right. So that is the message for you for May. It's a general reading, so take what works for you, leave the rest. It's just really meant to be offering a different perspective of how to see things, right? I really believe that truth is individual. Whatever my truth is for me, it is based on all of my experiences that have led me to this point in time. And the same is going to be true for you, okay? And that's perfectly all right. I think the important thing is that you know what your truth is, that you have a truth, and that it's not automatically somebody else's that you're just adopting because they told you that's what your truth should be. Your truth needs to be your own. That's the only way you're ever going to walk through life being authentic, in this authentic way. The only way you're ever going to experience life in a very authentic way, yeah, is to embody it yourself. Okay? Alrighty, I'm gonna stop there. I love you. I do. I love everyone, and I just want to communicate that love, especially during these very challenging times where things seem a little bit chaotic. I want you to know that there are people who, for no reason at all, just love, and they just want to share that love. Okay? Alright, so Libra, take care. I love you. Aloha and Namaste.